All right, you guys. So we have one more week. Oh, there's my dog. We have one more week. I will actually let Alina talk because my dog is going to go crazy.
Hi guys. Sorry I'm late. I was helping my daughter do math on here and then I looked at the time. I was like, oh gosh, I need my computer. All right. So we've got some more people sharing summit takeaways tonight. So we're excited about that. If you guys were on last week or you caught the recording last week, it's just awesome to hear from different people because everybody kind of has different takeaways or like big things that stop them. And it's fun to hear like what people learned in the different breakout sessions. So we have excuse me, Brittany, Amanda, Jess, Taylor, and Valerie sharing. So it looks like we might have a couple more people hopping on. But let's go ahead. Taylor, do you want to start us off and share your takeaways? And then whoever wants to jump in after that, you guys can just take turns popping in and sharing your thoughts. And then as always, you guys can ask questions in the chat bar, or when we're all done, you can feel free to come off, unmute yourself and come on and ask your questions, and we'll go from there.
Okay, so I just got home from Charleston, like literally like not too long ago, so this might be a little scattered, but I have so much that I want to share and so much that I've applied to just everything since I've gone back, and a lot of stuff that's working. So I want to share a lot, if that's okay. Okay, so I think my biggest takeaway was that like I think we like need to be showing everybody, all of us, not just one aspect of our lives, because we're all Beachbody coaches, so we all do the whole fitness thing. But if all we talk about and all we share is our fitness side of things we're not relatable at all, because nobody works out all the time. Nobody likes to work out all the time. And so if that's all we're posting, we're just going to be that annoying girl who works out and loves to work out all the time. So, and like that, I've gotten better at trying to be more vulnerable and sharing things that I don't think people would normally share, but that's the stuff that makes you relatable to everybody. So I've just sort of accepted it, like, hey, like, you know, this first like week's probably gonna be really, really awkward and uncomfortable for me because I'm literally sharing like everything about my life with these other people. But that's what people like, and I've had so like it was all honestly like really mind blowing to me how many people reply to my stories of things I say or things I'm going through or like whatever, just because I'm sharing now. And because I'm sharing more of my life with them, more aspects of it, I'm making new conversations with people I've never talked to before. I'm getting new followers because I'm this girl that's sharing like every single detail about my life. And I'm gaining trust and forming those relationships. And so I think that's huge. And that's probably my number one. My number two was to have fun. I'm a really fun, like goofy person once like people like get to like know me. So I've been trying to put a lot more of my personality into just what I share on my stories and my page. And like, even if like you're not super outgoing or words are hard right now, I can't think, but like I think just getting out of your comfort zone and like acting like you have fun before that like comes naturally is really important, because if you like look uncomfortable and sort of like awkward, nobody's gonna want to do what you're doing. If you're not having fun, they're gonna be like, okay, well, why is she doing this? She looks miserable. Or like, okay, I don't know. I don't think it's gonna have the same effect as if you're like smiling and like having fun, because if you look like you're having fun and you're positive, and you're going to draw more people naturally because of that. Again, next thing is affirmations. So I've always been that person who was like, oh, affirmations are dumb, like affirmations don't work, like I don't know, I never really saw the point in them. But like at Summit, everyone kept talking about affirmations, and I'm like, okay, like all right, like all right, we'll see. And so like after these last 2 weeks, I started doing them every single day. So I started telling myself, I think, I make an impact. So I look in the mirror every day, and I'm like, I'm gonna make an impact today. Like, how can I help someone? And that's number one. And number two is that I'm going to find new people that I can help change your life every day. And so far, every day I've been able to make conversation with a new contact, gain a few new followers. And every week so far, I've been able to have like one new customer at least. So that's not like a promise or anything, but it's working so far. And it's changing my mindset to be a lot more positive, because our brains want to be right. So if you keep telling yourself that like this is actually working, even when you're frustrated, your brain's gonna, I don't know, it's all gonna work out. It happens. Next, that I need to stop comparing myself to other people and like stop caring like whatever how people think of me, because what other people think of you does not matter at all. And like I've grown so much from this, but like I used to care so much. I'd be like, oh well, like I don't know, people are gonna think like I'm that weird girl or that I don't know. But like when you think, why does it matter? Like who the heck cares if Steve Schmo whatever sees you like videoing yourself, thinks that you're a weirdo? You don't know him. You're never gonna talk to him again in your life. So like screw him, whatever. Like just do what you want. And the people who are judging you on social media, if they don't like you, they're never gonna sign up with you anyways. So it doesn't matter. And if they are judging you in the moment and they just keep watching your stories, maybe they're gonna sign up with you later. So you're like, okay, well, I thought she was dumb, but here she is doing this every day. So like maybe I should be dumb too. I mean, I don't know. So Rachel Hollis talked a lot about that, and I freaking love her. She's amazing. So that's been like drilled into my head. Like I just need to stop at all. So now I'm just like, I don't know. I'm still getting better at that, but I'm really passionate about it now. I'm just like, I don't care what anybody thinks. I'm just going to do what the heck I want. And Josh really laughed at that too. He was like, what the heck? Like, who are you? I like came back and I'm like, I want to be really goofy from here on out. And he was like, what? Like, I don't know what? Okay. And some of the things I've started doing since I've gotten back. So I started making Instagram collections. So like how you can like save posts. I will make a collection for future challengers, like people who I've talked to who are interested that don't want to sign up yet. I'll go to their page, save a picture of them, and put them into that collection. And I'll do that to everybody who's interested in signing up in the future or like has not yet signed up or might be interested. That way, like I can easily go to that collection, pick on, like choose their page and like catch up with them. So like I can stay up to date on them, because I want to be forming those relationships with them and like prove to them that they're more than just a sale to me. Because when you're following like 1,000+ people, it's easy for them to get all lost. So when you do this, it's easy just to be able to go and catch up with all of them. And I'll do that for my like future people, my current clients, and then my future coaches, and then people who I really want to coach. So I do that to everybody. And then like I'll pick.
Can you tell people specifically how they do that, how they create the collection and where they're
so that? If you go on Instagram and just like go, so like here's this picture, and she's not actually anybody that that's like interested right now, but if you go to this picture and you click this little like bookmark thing, I don't know if you can see that bookmark thing, you click that. And if you like hold it down, it'll say save to. And then there's like a little plus button up at the top, and you can make a new collection or you can add it to an existing collection. And so I'll just make a collection and put them in there. So that's how you do that. And so each day of the week, I'll be like, okay, today's Monday. I'm going to catch up with all of my like current clients. And then like today's Tuesday, I'm going to catch up with all of my like coaches. And I'll do that each day of the week on top of sending my invites and sending my follow-ups. But instead, so I invite every single day new people, whether that's through like polls or just like random invites or people that like my pictures or just random of my followers. But I'll pick like 2 days of the week to follow up with people. So normally I'll follow up with people on Fridays, because Fridays are paydays for a lot of people. Because I used to be following up with people like whenever I wanted, willy-nilly. But a lot of, like, if you follow up with someone on like a Monday and like that Monday happens to be like the end of the month, or like not like a payday like Monday, or like midweek, people like are out of money. So you're going to get like that excuse that like they don't have money. But if you're following up with them on a Friday, and it's like one of the pay Fridays or just a Friday in general, people are a lot more open to signing up because they have that cash flow. And I probably have more. I do have more, but I can't think of them right now. But I've been doing a lot of stuff. So if anybody has any questions for anything, I can answer those. Oh, wait. Does anyone say any questions? Is that on your phone? Go to the gallery.
That was so, so, so good, Taylor. Thank you so much. And if anyone does end up thinking of a question, you can type it in the chat or unmute yourself. But just make sure if it's for Taylor, just to write her name in the chat if you are going to ask it, and then we can get to those later on. But who would like to go next? I see we have a stunt double down there. Brittany is Andrea Hansen, so she's still logged in under me, which is fine. She was recording for her team calls. We're good. It's fine. It just says Andrea. Who would like to go next?
I can.
Okay.
Hey, so yes, praise hands to all of that. Summit was amazing. I have two big takeaways I narrowed it down to. I have like literally, you guys, 8 pages of notes from Summit, and I was on the plane ride back and I made this giant to-do list of like ideas from it. So yes, I boiled it way down to basically serving the people that I already have at my party. So I don't know who talked about that, but I just loved it. Like whoever your followers are now, like I feel like I was focusing on getting new people and reaching whoever I could find. But there's so many people in my follower and my party that I need to serve better. So that's number one. And then number 2 was just making like more consistency by using the power hour. So I've been working from like 5:30 to 6:30 every morning on my business. And yeah, it's just like made a world of difference on like how much I've gotten done, people I've invited, and all that. So a few things under serving the people at my party is just making sure I'm having different content. So I feel like I was posting a lot about my life and like deep things, but not necessarily like doing what people asked. So people have been asking for a long time for me to do a hair tutorial, which I was like, no way. So I did it this week. I went live and I did a hair tutorial and people were just loving it. So that was really fun, and I'm going to keep doing things like that. I just think it makes such a difference if people like can ask you questions and then they see you answering them or doing whatever they asked. Makes such a big difference. Also, just I don't know if anybody talked about this, but people were just so excited at Summit, and it just made me more excited and reminded me of something that we used to say a lot when I was an FFA officer, is just if you think it's cool and you create hype, like people are going to take that same excitement and motivation and have it. And so I use that, and I am. My group is created and we're starting tomorrow with Morning Meltdown. So I created my own group. I'm not putting them in like this big lifers group anymore. And people are just digging it. Like they're so excited about it. They're like, when are we starting? What are we doing? So yes, if you're scared to create your own group, do it. It's not that hard, and I'm pumped about starting tomorrow. Yeah, I think that's all for serving the people in your party. I guess I just like didn't realize how many people were like consistently commenting, and I like hadn't invited them. And so this sort of goes into my power hour, but like I started going through my comments and like sending them a message and being like, thanks for like all the love on my post. Hey, I don't know if you're ever interested, but if you are, I would love to have you. Like, you're amazing. And people are just like, they take it as the biggest compliment that you want them to be in like your circle of people. And so I guess I was always like, oh, inviting is just gross. And I know like you guys kept telling me you don't have to be scared of it, but I still kind of was. And so I feel like I finally found my way of inviting that doesn't feel icky. So that's been awesome. Other things I've been doing in my power hour is actually using the business tracker. I love that they said you don't have to cross them off every day because I am sort of like a list person. If I don't get my list done, I feel a little like a failure. And so I love that they said, even if you don't get all of them checked, like figure out which ones you didn't do the day before and do those ones first the next day. That's been working really well. Besides that, just like consistency of being able to get back to people and posting and commenting. It's been really awesome. So yes, highly recommend a power hour if you haven't done that. I don't know. It's been really working well for me to do it in the morning and be consistent every day. I haven't looked at the chat. Any questions? No? Okay, I think that's all I got. Also, it was just awesome. And I think we already booked a house for next year for our group of girls. And we're like, we're all going to have this many people. So yes, get ready. Team's growing.
That is freaking amazing. Holy cow. Okay, so one thing I just want to echo is that Valerie figured out a way to invite that wasn't icky to her. So every single person on this team can invite in a different way successfully. You have to do something that's genuine to you. And she figured out a way that's fun and she brings the hype in. And I just love that so much. All right, who wants to go next?
All right, I will go. So I had like 6 or 7 pages of notes like Valerie did, and that was insanely overwhelming to this type A person. So I typed it down and condensed it into like 2 pages. And so I'm going to kind of be reading off my phone, off my deck, but I made it green because it's fun. So a lot of the things, some of them are echoed, but showing up authentically as you, sorry, I'm really tired, authentically as you every single stinking day, whether you're like this, like a complete zombie after a long weekend, or you're having fun, or all of it, just show up as you because people are going to connect with you. The people you want in your tribe are going to connect with you and the real you, not the smiley, oh, that's all they see kind of person. So, let's see. I had a lot of notes from Rachel Hollis. I love her. So I guess focusing on that you have that potential in you. God gave you that potential, and it's not there just to sit there. He gave it to you for a reason. So you need to own it and use it. And it may not be easy. And she talked about if you want to climb that mountain, you're going to have to go through the valley first. You're going to have to climb up that mountain. You're going to fall flat on your freaking face multiple times. But if you want to reach that high point, you asked for hard. So you need to push through the hard stuff. And I also bolded and I guess both girls have said it already. The most powerful thing you can do is not give 2 shits about what anybody else thinks. Just be you and post you authentically. And if they don't like what you're posting or sharing, then they're not your tribe and they're not going to be for you anyway. So just focusing on truly being you and being happy about it. I guess some of the things that I've been doing more consistently is inviting, and I agree with Valerie, like the way I find comfortable is going to see, okay, who looked and watched my stories or who commented on my posts, and thanking them for that, because people love gratitude. They like feeling good about it. So connecting with them that way and just continuing with that consistency so that you do see, or at least I've seen, more consistency brings more, I don't know, I'm losing my thought because I'm so freaking tired. But, but, yeah, it's huge. Like I went from, and not that numbers are a big deal, but I went from like 800 followers to 900 followers already since Summit on Instagram. So I gained almost 100 followers just from being authentically me and inviting and throwing in some different hashtags for things. And so it's been a whirlwind kind of, but it's been awesome. So, I'm just looking back at the chat because I haven't been paying attention to that. Sorry. If there's anything. Okay. If you have any questions, let me know. Otherwise, I'll let whoever else is next go ahead.
That was so awesome, Amanda. Thank you. And I love that. Honestly, I think the best part is that we're all echoing each other, because those are the points that we all need to have hit home. Like, don't care what anybody else thinks. I think one of the coolest things about this past weekend, seeing this team show up at Super Friday, and how each of the teams that came, like these little teams within our big team, their vibe attracts their tribe. Like Abby was there with her team, and they're all just so like cute and kind and sweet, and you just want to just hug them all. And then Sophie's there, and she's got all of her badass girls with like tattoos, and it literally just fills my heart seeing people be authentic and authentically connecting with their people, and they show up. You guys, it's cliche, but your vibe does attract your tribe. So preach to all that. All right, who's next?
I can go next. Like Amanda, I typed my notes on the way home from Rhode Island, but I have like 12 pages, and I'll probably share it on the our team page for everybody. So, because there's lots of good stuff in here, but I highlighted a couple things that I wanted to share tonight, and so from Rachel Hollis, she said, I pretended for far too long that everything is okay. And then she said, but you don't show up or ask for help. So like, she's like, there's people out there that need help, but they don't ask. So you have to like find them where they're at. And if they're seeming okay, or if you're pretending that you're okay and you're not, you need to share that. What got you here will not get you there, and where do you need to level up for free? So like that really hit me hard, because like eating healthy is free, like except for the groceries, like, but making good choices is free. So let's see, I think that has to do with I asked for hard, like Amanda said. For the comparison thing, she was comparing her arms to Jericho's arms, so that was kind of funny. And she said you don't need to tell yourself how to do the things you like. So if you like walking, or if you like running, or if you like, you don't need to tell yourself to do that. So if you like Shakeology, you don't have to tell yourself to drink Shakeology every day. Or if you like to take a nap, you don't have to tell yourself to do that day. But the things that are hard, you have to keep telling yourself to do. So and then she said applied knowledge is power. So that was really good, because everybody always says knowledge is power, but you have to apply it somewhere too. And then the other one under that was life is going to keep you down because the universe is trying to get you ready for the new year. So like think of all your struggles and the things that are hard for you. They're just keep getting you ready. And like for me, I feel like I've been getting ready for the last 20 years. So someday we'll get this. Let's see. Something that Melanie Mitro said was, you want to change more than you want to stay the same. If people say it's too much money, then you tell them, I'm going to give you a job to pay for it, and invite them to the coaching opportunity. So I thought that was really valuable. Let's see. From Jade Simmons, she said, always be reinventing. So, which I was like, tonight I was trying to think of a post about my why, because I was actually watching some Simon Sinek things today for my real job, my full-time job. And I was like, oh my gosh, why haven't I not read this book? And The Power of Why. And it just makes so much sense. And so like, if you're not getting a lot of like attraction or likes or whatever, like reinvent yourself, like talk about something else is how I took that. And every like season has different things. So bring every part of yourself, bring part of yourself to every single table every single time. So that's like what Taylor said, was being really authentic, and like what Valerie said about serve your people at your party. And then stop using the word just, like just a mom, just a coach, just a wife, just a jailer, just a friend. Like, you are those things, so you need to own them. Let's see. I think that's all I had. But yeah, I seriously have like 12 pages. Oh, and then this is another analogy I liked. I think it was in the breakout session. She said, can you lift a 100-pound box? And she said, raise your hand if you can lift a 100-pound box. And not everybody raised their hand. So like, she's like, well, like some people didn't even think about it and they just rose their hand. And she said, if you can't, then don't say it. So if you can't do the 100-pound box, then don't say that you can. And if you can, then you better talk about it. So talk about the stuff you can do, which is kind of what I said at the beginning. And then for the affirmations, change your password. Like, I have like 8,000 passwords for work and for everything. And so she said that change your passwords to your affirmations, which, so like, I am brave, I am smart, I am kind to other people. So I thought that was really cool. Hopefully you won't forget them. And I think it was Megan Blanca that said, she learned this as a little girl, and she said, some will, some won't, who cares, just keep going. So I think that's about inviting. So basically just keep, encourage it, keep revisiting that with people. Write out your schedule every day. I think we kind of talked about this too already, but like it says pet the dog. Like if you need to write down pet the dog so you can pet your dog every day, do it. Like I know Lena said she writes down her list of things to do every morning. She has the journal. I have not bought the journal yet, but I'm going to use my Be Brave journal to do that every day and like write down a list of things I have to do every day. So starting tomorrow. But yeah, so I might have to put pet the dog on there. So that's all I have.
Go ahead.
What? Go ahead.
No, I was just going to say those were so awesome, but go ahead and give your finish.
So I forgot how I was going to start tonight. So I was like extremely stressed going into Summit, like because we planned our family vacation at the same time. I like got talked into doing that. But I was like, I'm just going to go for Rachel Hollis. I don't even care about anything else. Like that was my mindset going in, and to see all of you. Like I want to see my friends, I want to hang out with my friends, and I want to see Rachel Hollis. That's like it. Like I don't care if I learn anything, And for those of you that haven't been there, when we got to the arena on Thursday night, I may have had a couple drinks, but I got like goosebumps. I got like tears in my eyes. My arms were tingling. Like it, like the theme "You Belong Here" was like this stage, this place was meant for me, and I'm supposed to be here. And it was like this divine intervention, like came over me, like, yep, it was God telling me that I should be there. And I was like, I don't know, I think I looked at Amanda and I was like, I had tears in my eyes and I just felt goosebumps, and it was like so awesome, you guys. And I think I remember feeling that last year too, but you don't think about it until you get there and you feel it for yourself. So that's just one thing I wanted to share too. If you have any hesitations about going next year, I already bought my ticket. And actually, my husband, he must have got an email reminding him that ticket prices go up tomorrow, because he was in the bathtub of all places, and he yells out to me when I'm laying in bed because I have bad cramps today. He's like, hey, did you get your ticket for Summit? And I was like, yeah. He goes, okay, good, because the prices go up tomorrow. And I was like, oh, thanks for letting me go, even though I hadn't tell you I was going yet. So I thought that was pretty cool. So
I love that he's supportive of you going back. He must have seen the light in your eyes when you came
yeah,
home.
he sees the changes in me, and sees what we want to do as a family too. So
I love it. That's so awesome. And I totally love the idea that you shared about doing your affirmations as your passwords. And then, because think how many times we log into different things throughout the day. And if you don't have them saved to your computer, you'd be typing that in every time. And like, what a good reminder constantly over and over and over. Another way to get those affirmations in. That's brilliant. I love that. All right. So, Brittany, I think you're up. You want to finish us off here?
I'm actually Andrea. Sorry. I even clicked on the link, so I just must have remembered where I was last logged in as. So I'm sorry. So I just have a short list. I went through my notes and I just kind of condensed it as the things that I want to have done something with by August 13th. My number one on here is not defining my why, it's defining my fight. And so I really need to figure that out. Why am I waking up every day? What is keeping me going? I need to really narrow that down. My number two on here is make affirmations. Affirmations were huge no matter what training you were in, they were brought up. And I wrote them down because they hit home for me. One of them was, I keep finding amazing and inspiring people that want to stick around. Sorry, I made stars by them, so let's see if I can quickly flip through and find them. Maybe not. This isn't quite an affirmation, but it kept coming up, was shining your light. You need to be you. People are truly looking for your story and you to show up. Then recognition was one that I feel I never get checked off on my list. And their example for recognition was even checking in with your, even your current clients and just saying hey, I appreciate you, and checking in every day into the challenge group. Just something simple like that. And I'm yes, why am I overthinking this, the easiest task? I'm thinking it's super hard, but just telling someone that is regularly checking into your group, just private messaging them and just thanking them for showing up. I want to get a referral bonus program in place, because no matter what business we're in, any business, you go into a brick and mortar store, they're always asking for referrals and you don't think twice about it. So it's I feel I need to have a referral bonus program. I need to narrow down really get my schedule figured out as to when I'm going to put my power hour in. And then this wasn't from Summit, but this was from our super weekend, is basically you can do this business in an hour a day, and an intentional hour a day. And that really hit home too. I'm just overthinking everything, where if I sit down for an hour, I can get all those tasks done, and that needs to happen every day. And then Kate Schultz Schultes. I don't know how to say her last name. But anyways, she actually shared, she said that her onboarding coaching process, which I was curious about, she said to look for it on YouTube under her name before she was married, which I can't remember right now. But anyway, she said those are some of her best coaching videos. So that is something I want to go back to as well, just for my onboarding process. So that's what I have for my notes.
Cool. When you find those videos, could you share those in the team page so that we can all watch those as well?
Yep, absolutely.
Awesome. Thank you. And what a good reminder about those recognition. I feel like a lot of times I get stuck on recognition because I've like recognized the same people for the same things so many times that I feel like who else can I recognize today? So that is such a simple way to connect. Hey, thanks so much for showing up and, you know, being consistent in the group every day. That's so easy. I love that. Does anybody have any questions for anybody who shared tonight? I hope you all took notes because amongst all those people who just shared their tips, there was so many good nuggets.
So many good nuggets. So I haven't shared anything yet from my summit experience. So I just want to close actually with something that I read that reaffirmed something that everyone has talked about, which is affirmations, which is basically looking at in the mirror and talking to yourself, which makes you feel a little bit crazy. But I am currently reading The Power of Your Subconscious Mind. And it's blowing my mind. But the part that I loved about it was he said, maybe you're a person who has heard you need to do affirmations. So you do the affirmations, you do them for a while, maybe even months or a whole year, and yet you don't see any results. You don't see any change. Anyone in that situation? Because that was me. And I was like, this is a bunch of voodoo garbage. But everybody keeps telling me that it's changed their life. It's changed their life. You have to do it. It's going to be the deal breaker, like the game changer, not deal breaker, the game changer in your business and in your life and in your relationships. But here's the thing, you guys. I'm just going to read just a little tiny excerpt, which just reiterates what I was told yet again at Summit, my third Summit, which was you have to retrain your brain to not care about haters, to think positively, and to literally take your life in any direction you want to. It's all here, okay? So he says, I have talked to many people during the past 35 years whose usual complaint is, I have said for weeks and months, I am wealthy, I am prosperous, and nothing has happened. I discover that when they said, I am prosperous, I am wealthy, they felt within that they were lying to themselves. Anyone there? Because that was me. That hit me right square between the eyes. One man told me, I have affirmed that I am prosperous until I am tired, and things are now worse. I knew when I made the statement that it was obviously not true. His statements were rejected by the conscious mind, the very opposite of what he outwardly affirmed and claimed was made manifest. Your affirmation succeeds best when it is specific and when it does not produce a mental conflict or argument. Hence, the statements made by this man made matters worse because they suggested his lack. Your subconscious accepts what you really feel to be true, not just idle words or statements. The dominant idea or belief is always accepted by the subconscious mind. So basically, you have to change it so that the words aren't a conflict with what your reality is, because you will always undo all of your positivity by listing out all of the reasons why that won't happen. And you do it up here without even thinking about it, you guys. You do. So if you want to reprogram that, all of those years of thinking the same thing over and over and over again in your subconscious, you have to create statements like this. Let me find one that he gives. By day and by night, I am being prospered in all of my interests. Or like Taylor said, every day I'm finding more people that I can help. Help doesn't mean signing up with a challenge pack. Help might mean helping them figure out how to braid their hair. It might mean it. If you're just focusing on growth, on reaching those things that you want to do and see in your life, those are the affirmations that can change your life. Does that make sense? Like this switch for me was huge, because if you're doing the affirmations of like, I am super wealthy, but you know that you're not, you're just going to fight with yourself in your head. And that's not going to help you get anywhere. So you have to create these statements that you're willing to fight for. Like Brittany was saying, you have to find your fight. You have to find something that's going to light you up, that's going to help push you through those times where you don't feel motivated. That's when affirmations can change your life. So that is what I am trying to figure out and focus on. Like, what are those words going to be for me? The Power of Your Subconscious Mind by Joseph Murphy is the name of the book. Looks like this. It's like, apparently you can find it for $5 on Amazon. It looks skinny, but it's deceiving because the words are incredibly small. So it's good. And the chapters are super short, so you can like get a little nugget in like 10 minutes and let it digest and then come back and read it. But it's really, you have to have an open mind for it, you guys, because it is going to change the way that you see your spirituality, your life. Like I feel so much more faith, and the power of prayer is like so much stronger now that I'm halfway through this book, because I think before it was just words to me, and I'm not really realizing that God is literally like, we are connected. And it's just so good. Even if you're not a Christian, it is going to blow your mind. But have an open mind when you read it, okay? Promise? Because it's deep. It's really, really deep. Okay. Any other questions for anybody? Yes. Go ahead.
I don't have a question, but I was just going to say something quick. When you said retrain your brain, that instantly made me think of, I actually have done one of my affirmations when I got that phone call last week that I shared with you guys, and like I didn't cry about it because it didn't matter to me. I just wanted to share with you guys, like because I just needed someone to talk to. And yeah, so I haven't talked to that person since, and we talked a lot. So
well, I'm proud of you, because that
thank you.
Somebody that says that kind of stuff to you that's not a positive light, and you don't need that in your life.
Right.
And I'm super proud of you for being strong. And I think it was important to share it on the team page because other people needed to see that that's a real thing, and positive ways to counteract it.
And it really hadn't been a real thing for me. And like, if I ever like doubted myself, or if someone else, said something, I would like find myself, like I said in my post the next day, in a bowl of ice cream, or, like laying in bed crying. So then I didn't. I was tough and brave, and yeah.
That's growth. That is growth to the max. Taylor, were you going to say something?
Yeah, I was. So one thing that I was going to talk about that I forgot, that sort of goes along with the reinventing, is to keep growing and keep challenging and changing ourselves. It's literally our job to keep changing and like growing like as people and like getting results, whether that's like physically like or mentally. Like we need to keep progressing in some way. And we need to be creating this lifestyle, like changing our lives for the better, because like we're showing people this life, and nobody needs Beachbody. Nobody needs to sign up with Beachbody. So like you trying to tell them like, oh, like here, have this, like you need this. They don't need it, but like you want to show them that they want that because your life has changed and you have grown so much of a person because of it. Oh, I'm getting almost emotional about it. But so yeah, just keep on challenging yourself to do scary things, keep on learning, keep on growing, and sharing that with people, because as you change and you grow, people are going to see that in you, and it's going to be authentic and genuine, and that's all because of Beachbody. And you know, your life is changing and your lifestyle is changing for the better. And so I don't know, people are going to see that. So no, they don't need it, but they're going to want it because they've seen how it affects you. That's it.
And I just need to say, and I know Alina agrees with me because we talk about Taylor behind her back about how amazing she is, but Taylor is like the perfect example of going into Summit with doubts, fears. I hope it's okay for me to say this to the whole group, but she messaged Alina and I and said, I need to have a sit down chat with you so that you can just kick me in the pants and tell me to just do the darn thing. And we never had to have that conversation because it happened at Summit. And like, she's the perfect example of what going to Summit can do for your business and your mindset. And that goes for everybody on here, but I saw such a stark difference from Taylor's social media the weeks leading up to it and her coming home. It's bananas. So yeah, proud of you. Anybody else? All right. It got a little bit long, but it was worth it, you guys. So many good nuggets tonight, and we just appreciate you so much, all of you. And we will see you on the team page. Have a good week, you guys.